At first, the germs increase faster than the antibodies. If this continues, the patient gets steadily worse and may even die.
A vaccine is a substance used to stimulate the production of an antibody and provide immunity against one or several diseases. It's a worldwide medical routine that many people participate in doing for the stability of health in the environment and in themselves. But how do they work? Vaccines are biological medical preparations that are injected into our bodies for the purpose of building an immunity to a certain disease. The vaccine that is injected into the body itself, usually via a syringe, is made up of an agent that resembles a disease-causing microorganism, called a pathogen, which is often made from a weakened or killed microbe, its toxins, one of its surface proteins, or other synthetic materials. The agent that is added into the body enters through the bloodstream and stimulates the immune system to attack it, using its antibodies which remember and recognize the unknown substance as a disease, which then results in a built immunity for the future if the body was ever to come in contact with the disease again. The earliest signs of immunizations being used in medicine is from hundreds of years ago in 17th century China. Buddhist monks used to drink snake venom to provide immunity against certain snake bites. Among that, they would also smear the wound with cowpox, hoping to immunize them against smallpox. Edward Jenner is known as the founder of vaccinology in 1796 after he treated a 13-year-old boy with vaccinia virus, also known as cowpox, and he provided immunity to smallpox. Many vaccines were developed throughout the 18th and 19th century that is also still used in modern medicine. Bacterial vaccine development proliferated between 1890 to 1950, where developments continued to perfect our vaccines of today. In 1998, The Lancet published a study written by a former British doctor named Andrew Wakefield, claiming that the measles, mumps, and rubella cause autism in babies and children. Sadly, the report has been widely quoted and studied ever since. Only later was it found out that the article was completely false and was then retracted by The Lancet. Ever since then, the idea that vaccines are linked to causing autism has been a problematic misconception. Larger studies have explored the idea of autism and vaccines and tried to replicate the results from The Lancet. However, they have proven that there is no difference in the rate of autism between children with the vaccine and children without it. Thanks to social media especially, today there has been a big fluctuation in this belief. An anti-vax movement that is bigger than ever, with more and more parents refusing to allow their children to get vaccinated, claiming that it will do more harm than good. We spoke with a teacher and mother of two on her opinion on the movement of anti-vaxxers. This is what she said.
As a mom, I can speak to the fact that my children are in public school and a public system, and if you're choosing to put your children in a public school system, you should be aware of the fact that there are other people's children going to that school, and they should all be vaccinated because we're all together. So to me, it's very important that people get vaccinated. You can't have one without the other. I think the other argument is people don't want to vaccinate, but yet they want to use the system to get antibiotics, right? So you've got parents or people that are very adamant about not vaccinating their children, for instance, and yet they still want to go to the doctor and get antibiotics, which is also another chemical to put into your body. You can't have one without the other, right? So if you're going to choose to not vaccinate, you should just choose to not do anything else that comes with the medical system. That's my opinion. So you can't have one and not the other, right? Compared to when I was younger, there wasn't enough, right? Now we have the ability to do so much more for the younger kids. So why not do that? I was a woman that had 7 children and chose to not vaccinate any of them. And eventually all of them ended up getting, I think it was a whooping cough. All 7 of them. Seems strange to me that she wouldn't have, after the first few of them getting whooping cough, which is, it can be quite serious as well and can be deadly, decided that she should have vaccinated her children. She didn't. She continued on and not vaccinating any of them. And unfortunately, one of them was near death, or a couple of them were near death, and then she had a complete change of thought. on the vaccination process and decided that's it. So she's a pro-vaccine person now. The unfortunate thing for me is why do people have to put their children through that? As a mother, I find that frustrating and difficult to read. It makes me a bit angry, to be completely honest. And once again, it's my opinion. Some people may not agree with me, but if you're asking me straight and to be honest with you, I don't think it's right. Why put a child who has no ability to speak out for themselves at the age of 1 or 2 through something so horrible? So, it's not right. Scientifically, I haven't seen anything written otherwise, so I'm still waiting for them to actually find scientific evidence of autism being a cause of vaccination. It's been debunked a bunch of times. When you're saying that you're going to make a decision for your child's life that could potentially have life-threatening consequences, and they can't speak out for themselves, that's what makes me angry. I think in the end, we need to do what's right for the kids. We have to be their advocates, right?